What's up? It's Cody from the Keepers of Nerddom. Once again, we are at Grandma's Couch, but as you know from last video, as far as our firearm series of stuff, this is no Grandma's Couch that we're talking about today. This is something way, way cooler. Last time we talked about the German Luger and what a firearm that was, but today we have something extra special as well to talk through. And that's actually this piece of wood. It's great. I'm joined by my brother Kai, who actually owns this firearm as well. Kai, you want to say hello to everybody?
Hello.
What is this piece of wood? What are we looking at here?
So this is actually a holster and a stock and tools and a gun. So here's what we're going to just move the Luger out of the way for a second.
We'll move him out of the way and let's look at what exactly is in here. I've heard a little bit of a rumor that this may actually be related to something Star Wars. And it is, in fact, Han Solo's blaster unmodified. It's the original Mauser Broomhandle. Technically, what's its actual name?
It is a Mauser C96.
Sweet. And what year was a Mauser Broomhandle produced?
So they started in 1896, excuse me.
Okay.
This one, I believe, was built in the 30s. That's about as close as we can get to it.
So at the very least, this could have been used in World War II.
Correct.
By a German officer.
Could have been used by a lot of people. These were exported quite a bit because they were such a unique looking pistol. Winston Churchill even used one in World War I. So
okay,
it's something that's
what is so special about this gun? Why does it look so bizarre? What's wrong with it, or what's working? Because I know for a fact, having played airsoft, where you've had one of these as well for airsoft, that there's something very unique about this that most pistols of the day did not have.
So there's a lot of different weird things about this gun. It does function very odd. So the whole top moves.
So it actually, whenever you cock it, do you actually pull that whole top back?
You don't pull the whole top back. This is your slide. So this gun, again, I've triple checked. Cody has verified this is empty.
Yep.
So I'm going to cock the hammer just to show you guys, and I'm going to pull the slide back.
So that's the slide mechanic, not the rest of the top.
Correct.
But yet the top can move.
No, it moves every time you fire it.
Okay.
Because there's a whole bunch of Eternals, not that movie, internals in here that have to function all perfectly correct to make this gun work.
Right.
This was the first commercially popular semi-automatic pistol.
Okay, so semi-automatic pistol, first commercially selling, but the thing I really wanted you to point out right here is this. Oh. Because this is the big, unique, weird thing going on.
Oddly enough, this is an internal box magazine. So the magazine itself cannot be removed.
So it is inside of this. So this down in here actually holds your bullets and it never comes out.
Correct. Now to disassemble it, you can take this floor plate out and go ahead and pull this out, like it kind of pushes and pulls out, but it's not a removable magazine.
Right,
like
it's not meant to be removed. It's if you're removing it, you're cleaning stuff, you're doing internal repair and maintenance.
Now there was, I did own a pistol prior to this that did have a similar design. It looked a little bit more like a 1911, if you're familiar. And it did have a fixed box magazine that went into the grip. But again, it was fed by stripper clips, and I don't have any of those right here. I do have some, but basically, just to give you an idea, there's these two little tracks right here. If you see this, you can kind of see them right in here.
Okay.
And you would put this metal spring-loaded clip right down on this, and it'll have all your ammunition in it, and you just shove.
Hang on, sorry, I got this little... We're upside down, but it's still really cool to see
all the markings.
The mark. So normally a Mauser Broomhandle back in World War II fired what type of ammunition?
It depends. They made two, actually.
Okay.
They made one that was shot a 30 Mauser, which was the traditional caliber. But Austria actually made a special order called the Red 9, and the reason it was called the Red 9 is because these grips had a carving of a giant 9 in them.
Oh, cool.
And painted red. And it was actually in your standard 9mm.
Okay, and what kind of pistol do you have?
This one is a 9mm. Now, whether or not
this was a change to that?
Well, and that's what I'm not 100% sure. It's very possible this could have come from the factory as a 9mm.
Yeah.
Based on research, more than likely these barrels tended to lose their rifling really easily.
Yeah.
And 9mm is slightly bigger than the 30 caliber.
Cool.
So I believe when I think the 80s or 90s, they imported a whole bunch of these and reblued them, redid them, rechambered them to 9mm.
Right.
So
Now,
that would be my guess of when that happened.
We have shot this gun before, and the 9mm, something about however it was converted over didn't work quite right, and it's had some issues. So we may, during shooting, not have the greatest experience, but the fact that you own one of these is the coolest thing, because just the idea of this concept, this bizarre looking Han Solo blaster pistol is just fascinating. Like, self-contained magazine, that it has the idea of pulled back on the top of the gun to, chamber the first round, but yet it's only this part right here. Whereas the German Luger, if you watch our other video, literally you pull up this bolt up here, which is crazy weird and different. And it's this interesting idea of this is older than that one, but these are experimental in the idea of that 30, 40 year period of trial and error and development, and it's beautiful. And yet, what's funny is, like, the Colt 1911, that pistol design carried through to modern day, other than like minor changes, whereas these kind of died.
They did.
And it's sad, because this is beautiful, but from everything I can tell, it's very expensive to produce. It's, as you pointed out in our last video, this gun is more reliable. So something about the internals here worked way better than this here. And it's sad, because, like, these are iconic. They're fascinatingly different. They're bizarre. But something about German that we've got here as well, they really like this idea of just the barrel, rather than, America's over here doing a Colt 1911 pistol that you pull the entire top of the pistol back as a slide mechanism. So let's go shoot this.
Yeah, well, just really quickly. Yeah. So this also has a double function.
Okay.
Now, you see this little mechanism here.
Yep.
This is not an original. I bought this aftermarket. But what this does is there's actually a little track on the back of the pistol.
Whoa. So it's a pistol that could function as a
carbine. You basically call this a carbine. By American standards, it's a short-barreled rifle. Now, this is exempt, actually, from any sort of ATF regulations, because this is an original broom handle. So if you have an original gun and it's not a reproduction, you can have a reproduction stock.
Is that because it's technically, what do they call it?
It's technically a relic.
What's it called, though? Oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank.
The ATF?
No, whenever something's so old that it's considered an antique.
No, this is not an antique.
Okay, it's not an antique yet.
Antique is 1898 or older.
And what year is this?
This is 30s. The Mauser factory was destroyed at the end of World War II. Okay. As was all the records. So I can only get rough dates. So this was built, we believe, somewhere in the 30s.
But when the broom handle was first produced, what year was it?
1896.
So it's possible to have a broom handle that would be an antique that doesn't fall under anything.
It's funny how that works. Is you can have a Winchester that was built in 1895, and the exact same model of Winchester built in 1910, and one's an antique and one is not. And they're the exact same gun.
They can do the exact same thing, function the exact same way, but they just don't fall under. Does that continue to move forward as the years go by, or does it have a soft
to my knowledge,
cap?
Since I have started collecting guns, and granted I'm only 27, to my knowledge it has stayed stagnant at that 1898 number.
Huh. Crazy. All right, let's go shoot this thing, because I'm super excited. We're just going to go straight outside?
We're going to take the stock off.
Yeah, we'll just shoot it as though it's a pistol.
And I'm going to take 5 rounds with me. And you'll see, whenever we're outside...
Take 6, because I want to fire.
Yeah. Okay, I will take...
I want to fire a few, because this is awesome.
That's 6. Math is hard.
That's your 9mm?
Yep, that is 9mm.
Let's do it. I'm so pumped to shoot this thing again, because it's been over a year or so? Year and a half?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've shot it, too.
Because
we've talked about, this pistol has some issues. I actually have found a gunsmith that believes he can get it to work flawlessly.
So what's wrong with it?
That is a great question. I don't know.
Because I know at one point we thought maybe it's not firing, like hard enough, something isn't catching like all the gas blowback to cause everything to function as it needs to push it back and forward to cycle again.
Yes, that is our guess at this point, but it seems that like we've tried different ammunition types. See, this is what you get with these little old guns. Is you get unique things like this where ammunition gets hung up.
Oh my goodness!
And you need like 3 hands to make it do what you want it to.
Yep, I'm trying to keep you in frame here.
We are keeping this pointed down range, by the way.
So I think what we're learning immediately is that there's some serious minor issues that could slow you down in the reload.
Well, this is why the stripper clips were essential.
Gotcha.
In military settings. So I do have stripper clips for this. I think they're kind of more complicated than they're worth since I'm not in the military. And just kind of is what it is. All right. Are we ready?
Oh, dude.
Well, it grabbed that round just fine. Now
Let me zoom in. Oh yeah, look at this. Do it, man. Nice. Nice. And it's operating well. Okay. Is it all right if I get a few in?
But it is operating rather flawlessly. I'm going to turn on the safety.
Okay.
It's that big toggle right there.
That's fine. I was pointed at the thing. So I've got it zoomed in.
All right, I'm going to go to the other side of you here, Cody.
Yep.
Cody is left-handed.
So
Just push it down.
push it down.
Yep, you're good to rock and roll.
Okay. It's been a long time since I fired. It's okay to hold from right here?
Yeah, just keep your hand down below that, like to the top slide.
Okay.
Because I'm not sure. And you got to hold, like, don't keep your wrist locked as much as possible. Like, keep your wrist tight because that seems to help that gun.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, hold on. Did it drop a live round?
They put on the safety here.
Go ahead and keep firing.
Huh?
Go ahead and keep firing.
Yeah, we'll look for it. I don't think it was. I think it was the round. It just didn't get cycled out. It was the issue we were talking about. What am I doing? No, apparently it was.
Okay. Well, there's the broom handle. Essentially, I mean, and I'll look at the round. It could have just been a light primer strike, which is, again, something that happens occasionally with firearms. Because not all ammunition is perfectly reliable. But
Oh, real quick. Get a shot right there. That. You'll have to go back to 1.
There it went. You're good. Yep, that says Mauser right there.
Beautiful. Well, I think this is a great spot to end it on. This is a beautiful, beautiful firearm that, as you saw, has a little bit of issues, but just to have one like this is historic and fun and epic, and this is the good stuff, right? This is the fun stuff to collect and to be able to show off and to have some fun with, and just to celebrate history, but also remember the horribleness of some history too behind some of these things as well.
They were failed designs for a reason.
Yeah. But I've been Cody, and this has been Kai, Keepers of Nerddom. Take care, y'all. Bye.